head, and there he goes. Abyss gonna clean him up.
Olaf goes down. Everyone's just gonna line up here for Lazzy. He's gonna find himself the Quadra. Give it to him. Pentakill.
Priestley with the quad feed.
Gets the ace. Available, just spin to win all over.
That game was insane.
And welcome everyone to St. Clair Saints Esports Action. I'm John Bill Bangs-Dima, joined again today by Jackson Deprived Brown, and we are going to bring you some R6 action. We haven't seen Rainbow Six on stream in quite a while, and there's been a little bit of a shakeup in the starting lineup.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a while for sure since we've actually seen them here on the stream. It's been a long time for sure. They haven't had as many games, and it just doesn't line up nicely as much. So it is nice to finally see them come through here, playing in the Oh, this is such a mouthful every time I say it.
NJCAAE.
Yes, they're playing in that league, and then it is going to be a good one. I mean, we've seen these two teams play before in this league already. It is going to be Barton's only loss is going to be to St. Clair throughout that regular season. They are coming from the same division and then now meeting in playoff quarterfinals. So it is nice that we actually do see the R6 come back to light here after, you know, a long time without it. Now seeing them come and play in quarterfinals. So that is very, very exciting for sure. And now, like you were saying about the starting lineup, a little bit of a mix up there. We've had some roster changes. We've had a couple players having to leave due to unforeseen circumstances. And now it results in us trying to scramble a little bit, trying to find some players and just put together a set of 5 bodies to come through here and play. So St. Clair going to be a little bit more of a disadvantage tonight. As you can see on screen, here's going to be your starting lineup. We have Noah Kanger, who's returning, Dylan Rabbit Chapman, who's returning, and then we have Jake JMB Brian D, who is returning. Nick Charge Sharon, he was not in the starting lineup for the past few of these games, and he will be coming through here. He has played on this roster a few times before, and so he will be coming out here once again tonight. And Tyler, somebody who's played on this roster off stream, but hasn't actually been seen on the Saints stream yet for R6, is going to be coming through. He actually plays on the club team for CS and played varsity CSGO last season. So very exciting stuff.
He's got that name, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be exciting. I mean, honestly, it's nice to see new players come through and actually play here. And as we were talking a little bit too in the pregame, a whole different map pool. Like, this new starting lineup is definitely going to make some changes happen.
Yeah, and it's going to lead to a really interesting game. I mean, obviously, when you bring new players in, when you have these fresh bodies, the maps you're going to play around are going to be different. Your strategies are going to be different. Obviously, the chemistry might not be built up as much as it was with the other players, but maybe these new people have new strats to offer, new objectives to play for, and they have different mechanics and how they like to play. So it'll definitely be a very interesting game to watch. A lot of variety here, and we're gonna have Coastline for map 1, Villa for map 2, and Chalet for map 3. So I think Villa and Chalet we have seen a little bit of for the Saints, but I think we played maybe one game of Coastline so far throughout on stream. So it's definitely going to be some new stuff that we're going to see out of them.
The only thing I remember about Saints R6 Coastline, at least this season, was Vazdex just absolutely popping off on Coastline. And not having Vazdex anymore, definitely going to be going to make things different, for sure, to say the least, right? So to see Coastline come through here, do you think it's like, okay, Jake being the coach and player IGL kind of this roster, do you think they're kind of like talking it over and saying, hey, Tyler and Charles, Nick, what maps do you guys want to play? What do you feel comfortable on? What do you think will work best around you? Or do you think it's the vets that are getting asked that?
I think for me, obviously, a lot of it is about comfort. You're playing with players that you haven't been playing with all season. You have these new people coming in. So if you can keep them comfortable, I think that's really key, because you might not have that built-in chemistry that you had with the other players that you play with at the beginning of the season. But at least if they're comfortable, it's a lot easier to make the call. It's a lot easier for you to understand where you're supposed to go on these maps and how the strategies you want to pull out are going to be played. So I think for me, I think comfort is very important. And I think it could be both. It could be just the old guard saying, this is what maps we're going to get at, this is the strategy we're going to play for, or it could be I mean, it really just depends on what Jake wants to do as a coach. So I think realistically, looking forward, we'll see how comfortable these new players are going to be. But for total, I think 3 maps, you have a lot of variety here, and you know, maybe one of these maps is just a comfort pick for them, but the other 2 could be all about strategy.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you there for that one. And so here we go. It's going to be a lot of these picks and bans coming through. For the side of BCC, we see Jackal, Monty, and then Valkyrie all getting dropped down. And finally, one that we see pretty often, Mira coming through. Very typical ban for the side of Barton. And now that is going to be the end of the ban phase there. I mean, honestly, very, very standard.
Yeah, nothing too surprising here. I think Mira is a pretty good agent here. What do they call it? Operator.
Operators,
I
yeah.
couldn't remember it for the life of me there, but I think it's a pretty good ban here. Both teams, it does apply a lot of pressure on this map specifically because there are very long angles you can use that mirror on to get yourself an advantage. So I think it's a really good ban there. And now we're going to see some picks come through. Nothing too surprising though. We are going to see the Nomad, Zofia, and Sledge, the typical here, but Amaru, not as much.
I haven't seen Char's actually play Sledge in a league game for St. Clair, but I have seen them like play ranked, and he's a really, really nice Sledge. So I'm looking to see some big plays with the Sledge from Char's there. Nomad gonna go over there to Tyler. I don't mind that one, and a 6 pick on a Lion for Rapid. So I like the 6 pick actually coming through here nice and early into this one. St. Clair trying to trick up their opponent maybe a little bit, but yeah, overall nice to see. And we actually are gonna start the preparation phase of round number 1 here of NJCAAE playoffs quarterfinals here. So it's going to be Saints versus Barton. Do you have any predictions for us here?
I think it's going to be close. Obviously, I think a revamped Saints roster is going to make it interesting, but they're coming in as the #1 seed. I still think their returning players like Rapid and JM Beast are very, very strong. I think they'll still take this one. I think it'll be a 2-1, though. I definitely think Villa. For me, I think Villa and Oregon haven't been their strongest map, so I think that might be one that BCC might be able to take from them, but I think SEC is still going to be the stronger team overall.
You know what? Like, as much as that 1 seed, it really does make me feel good about the Saints in this matchup. I think the roster changes are just too much. I say 2-0 for Barton.
Wow.
So I don't know. Like, I think they just haven't been able, with this roster that they have put together here right now tonight, I don't know if they haven't faced competition as fierce as Barton yet throughout, with this starting lineup. So it's going to be now St. Clair saying, okay, how are we going to make this work? It's going to be definitely a whole new experience. And on maps where, players like Rapid, Jake, and the last one there, Kinger, it's going to be ones where it's like, okay, these are maps that we haven't really seen them absolutely pop off on, so it's going to be pretty scary.
Yeah, I definitely think the fact that JMB's here is still the anchor. He's still playing. Oh, that's going to be first pick, though. Rapid going down very, very early here to Toaster, starting off strong. And a pick this early in the round is crucial for St. Clair.
I mean, hey, First Blood and Rainbow Six Siege always going to be massive. So very good stuff there. Barton finding that one here early and giving them a little bit of a head start here in round number 1. But JM Beast, Jake will answer right back on Urfy, taking him down now at 4-on-4. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're St. Clair to bounce back here into this round. Now JM Beast still looking for a little bit more intel. He's got a half-decent position, just trying to scout out some players. He's kind of got the intel that, hey, this first initial room is looking fairly clear. Now clearing out some more of this area, and honestly, I mean, this is a really good drone from JM Beast.
I like the denial we have from the defense here. You have the Mozzie, you have the Mute, so a lot of this drone usage is not going to be able to be very effective here. He's going to peek the corner. Not going to find anyone, though, but Char's going to take down Juster on the other side of the map. It's a good start for them.
Yeah, 100%. Char's doing some work now. It's going to be JM Beast looking to go in and find his own, but Char's will eventually go down after getting traded out. This diffuser's going to be planted, but I don't think he was ready for anybody there. Tyler going to get a trade to put us into a 2-on-2. Kinger and Tyler. The 2 roommates actually here now coming through and playing together in this one in a 2v2. Maybe we see some chemistry.
The key here is there's no HP, but Salty finds one. Thugonomics going to find the other, and that's going to be the round going to BCC. And I was going to say, there was actually a massive health differential there. Both players for the side of St. Clair were full HP, but I mean, it doesn't really matter when you're running around the shotgun. If you can hit them, you're going to one-tap them.
Yeah, 100%. So that is going to be St. Clair dropping round number 1 to Barton, but a much closer one than I anticipated, to be completely honest. But nonetheless, a round is a round. So we are going to see the pick phase going through for round 2 here now. Let's see what it's going to see. Chars once again going onto that Sledge. Thugonomics once again on the Kate. I think that's what he was on last time as well. And then Lion for Tyler here instead. I mean, fairly interesting picks overall.
Yeah, they are going to stick with that. Amaru, no, the 6th pick is going to come through. Going to be swapped out here in just a second. Oh, both teams actually going with one. Ooh, the Tachanka is hovered. Are we going to see it locked in here? Yes, we are. So 6th pick going to come through BCC, and 6th pick also going to come through for St. Clair. It's going to be the Twitch, and I like this, actually. I really like this adaptation because I talked about earlier in the last round, like, there's a lot of drone denial in the last one. So if you can get the Twitch out there, get rid of these mute boxes. I forget what they're,
yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. But
mute grenades, I don't even know. I can't remember the exact name of those ones either.
The EMPs.
Yeah.
But if you can get rid of them, that's so huge for your entries.
100%. So here we are now in round number 2. I mean, hey, St. Clair, the biggest thing I've noticed with Siege, right, is you have 7 rounds to win this game. You need 7 to win this game. So to even just be down by 1, 2, 3 rounds is still such like a concern because, I mean, you got to find it if you're St. Clair. You cannot allow Barton to build a decent-sized lead because it's just something that's very, very difficult to come back from.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the setup here too. They're widening out a little bit. They're not as concentrated in the 2 bomb sites. They did rotate over. And I definitely think here defense still has the advantage. But if somehow St. Clair can find this round, it'll be huge because it opens up a lot more flexibility for what the team comp they want to have is going to play for. Because I think this Twitch is going to be the key. If the Twitch drone can find a lot of these mute EMP spots, it's definitely going to be effective on the sentry.
100%. So Kinger firing off a few early pop shots, just trying to scare Barton up a little bit there. And so here we go. It is going to be Kinger still looking for something up top, but nothing really in his line of sight too early into this round. We do see the set of Barton all playing fairly inside. Don't want to be spotted from any of these balcony areas. A couple more shots going through. Nothing really happening from it yet, though.
Nothing too much. They're playing a little bit slower than the last time we saw. Last time Toaster was pushed up pretty far. We're going to see JM Beast with a pretty forward entry here. Spots out this electrified wall. It doesn't push forward. And, I mean, the Tetronic setup is pretty decent right now on site. They're going to back up. We don't see if there's any roamers anywhere around the outside here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, so the drone going to be spotted from Murphy, but not going to be able to get taken down. So the intel from St. Clair definitely going to be getting gathered, and they definitely need the intel because it is still a 5-on-5. Not a whole lot of map control has been made from the Saints as of yet, and time is ticking right now. It's not really becoming of the essence yet. Tyler going to get caught off guard potentially. Kinger led the trade though, now leaving us into a 4-on-4.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The Jaeger stopped that first nade coming through. I think definitely would have been killed there if it made contact, but trade's going to come through rapid, finding another, but getting traded out by Thugonomics here. So 3v3, bomb is in the middle of the hallway. That's a dangerous spot for us.
Yeah, player behind the shield, and it's going to be Kinger looking to find him, send some util in there, but JMB's going to fall. Kinger there on the trade to provide him a double. He's going to be tagged down ever so slightly, runs into one, but he's not able to find it. It's going to be actually knocked down. Chars in a 1 versus 2. He technically can get a revive on Kinger if it's a possibility, but as of right now, I mean, hey, this revive looks very tough to potentially pull off here. He does run into one of these players, nothing really coming from anything yet. Few pop shots gonna go through. Big grenade in there, and that's gonna clean up both of them. Kinger and Chars go down, and that is gonna be Barton cleaning up the round, but leading now 2-0.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chars just took too much time there. There was a potential there if he pushed forward. If he's able to get that kill quickly, can get his teammate up, but he took a little bit too long there trying to decide whether he wanted to push or go for the rev, and it meant that the other player could swing around and Jester ended up taking him out there. So 2-0 now for BCC over St. Clair. Not too much success here on the attack so far for them. We are going to see an Iana come through here for Kinger, so a little bit of a change up, and I like this as well. We see the ace from JMB. I definitely like these changes they're putting through.
Am I like a noob, or like why is Zophia's gold on the back and not
It's their
silver?
legendary skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am a noob then. Okay, so nice legendary skin coming out
There
of
we
Sophia.
go.
Let's see it.
At least we know.
Okay, so here we are getting now ready into this next round. Barton leading 2-0, and if you're St. Clair, you cannot let him take a third, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it's going to be a fairly even matchup all night long. If anything, a little bit in the favor of Barton, in my personal opinion. But St. Clair really going to need to find one here. And if not this round, it has to be the next round because they need something here soon. Barton cannot be stopped. They're on a roll.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, these last 2 rounds have come down to these like 2v1, 1v2 scenarios. So it definitely has been winnable here for St. Clair. Just haven't had that clutch factor that they needed. So I think a little bit of push over the edge here. Now that we are on these bottom floor objectives, I definitely think the attackers are favored here. They can shoot from these windows. They are very exposed positions here in kitchen especially. So I think if you're able to get an advantage here and find a way to shoot from outside, get an early pick, it's huge for the attackers.
Yeah, 100%. So this next round getting underway, it is going to be St. Clair. Now, yeah, like you said, having an easier point of access here kind of to attack, taking out some cameras early, and just limiting Barton's intel that they can gather on what St. Clair's actual decision is, what to do here. But yeah, shooting through that first floor window already, potentially finding openings for JMB. He's searching as hard as he can. That player will be hiding just below the counter, so no intel has really been gathered as of yet on one of these players. But I mean, hey, St. Clair definitely taking a good bit of early map control.
Yeah, player will run out here, will be able to escape down very low, down to a quarter HP. Thugonomics barely gets out. They did spot him out, but he does manage to live, so he's in a dangerous spot though. He has to find a head here, else he's going to go down, but Rapid goes down first. Toaster going to find a headshot onto him, and Thugonomics still somehow living here. Has the cam too, is going to spot this person out. Can he win this 1v1? Oh, he's going to find the head though. Kinger going to take the trade.
Yeah, good cleanup there to even up the numbers. Now a 4-on-4 as teams are looking to both bounce back from those losses and regroup. So it is going to be JM Beast looking to go on the attack here. Charter is going to take down Toaster, now putting us into a player advantage. So this is where St. Clair really looks to capitalize on it. If they're going to find a round win, this is honestly one of their better opportunities. They've taken down a few of these players. They have a decent bit of control on the map, and they have everything going for them. Let's see what they can do.
There's a minute 40 left in this round, too, so they still have a lot of time to decide where they want to attack here, what they're going to do. That's going to be Diana Hologram coming through kitchen here. Is going to spot out 2 players, actually, so they're going to know some decent positioning here. They're going to try and widen out their search. I think they should go to front hall and try and find something there, at least split up these defenders, because if you all file through that same little hallway, it's going to be a struggle, especially with that shotgunner in smoke standing right there. But Jester going to find one and even it out very quickly.
Yeah, man, shotguns definitely can be a problem. They're definitely more used in this game than other FPS titles for sure, because they actually provide so much value here in Rainbow Six. That is going to be Tyler Getter coming down a little bit there, but he will find a frag nonetheless, taking down Salty Archer. This is now going to leave us into a 2 versus 2 as Tyler will be getting traded out from Jester. Urfi and Jester against Kinger now in a 1 versus 2. Once again, he finds one. He finds the second. Kinger, clean him up, shut him down. That's a 1 versus 2 win, and that's going to put St. Clair now on the board with their first round.
That was a huge win there. It gives them confidence back. And was in those 1v2 scenarios. The last 2 rounds, they couldn't quite clutch up, but this time Charles comes through and takes it. That is absolutely huge for them. Get some confidence back in this team, and I definitely think looking forward, you want to have another round like that, because they are going to be stuck down here in lower floors for at least another round until the reset comes through. So I definitely think you have to try and take advantage of that now while you still have the momentum in your favor.
100%. Hey, man, that definitely gathers you a good amount of momentum here right off the start. So good stuff here from the Saints to bounce back despite, you know, dropping 2 rounds early, not having that momentum under their belts, and now being able to pull off something like this. So we do see a 6-pick onto the Habana. I do like that one there from JM Beast. And with that being said, I mean, hey, St. Clair looking to just do it again.
Yeah, and I think all credit there goes to Jester, though. He did end up getting a triple there, almost was able to win that in a 2v4 scenario. Very impressive, but again, Char's coming through and winning that one. Or Kinger, sorry. I don't know why I thought it was Char. Kinger coming through winning for that one was definitely clutch there. But I really like the setup. They are going to be on 2nd floor again. Reset actually came through now, so it is, 4th round, okay. That's why. But we are going to see a similar setup, and we haven't really seen a lot of changes in the operators here from the side of BCC. They're sticking with the same 5. They did have that Chonka in 1 round, but other than that, they've been sticking the same, and I mean, it's worked out for them pretty well so far. I'm not too surprised here, but a lot of variety from St. Clair that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think with St. Clair being a roster that isn't as set in stone right now as, you know, Barton. This Barton roster looks very, honestly, it's probably the identical roster to what we played earlier in the season. So there's a little bit of that difference there, which gives St. Clair that, you know, mindset, like, hey, we might have to change things if things aren't working here right now, because we don't really know, like, what 100% works and what doesn't as of yet. You know, they have been doing a lot of scrims and stuff like that, still trying to, you know, still put that effort in despite not having your 5 that you came in with at the beginning of the year, but, you know, we'll see what happens in here. So it is going to be St. Clair still trailing by 1, looking to answer back in round number 3.
We do see, actually, the one change they did make was they went back to this mute, and I think the mute for 2nd floor is super important, because with drones, you have a lot more ability to scale and scan people out on that 1st floor. When you're 2nd floor, you really have to go up these stairs, go up the hallway, so it's a lot harder to get these drones in there and get intel, which is so pivotal in this game, is getting that early intel, knowing where these players are positioned, not allowing any roamers to take advantage of your early pushes. So I think definitely a good swap there from Salty Archer, and he was the one in the last time they played that was really making a difference. In the end, St. Clair was able to win it, but Salty Archer a couple times had really big clutch plays and allowed Barton to come very, very close to winning the game, winning the series actually.
Oh, 100%. And with that being said, just as you were saying there, right? I mean, drones, sole purpose to gather intel. Something like you said is such an important piece of this game, because if you don't have drones on the attacking side, defending sides favor like literally every single round, no matter what site you're on. So yeah, drones, pivotal part of this game that are so far looking like they're being utilized by St. Clair well, but JMB's going to go down early in this round. Urfi, Jester also finding Charles to get to a 3-on-5. Rapid will be able to answer back, takes down Jester, make this one a little more possible, but Tyler going to be getting shot down, and Thugonomics looking to get some util damage up top, but King are going to take down Urfi, now a 2-on-3.
It's so huge that Nitro did not land. I think this round is basically over if that does, but Kinger not only able to escape, but able to get a kill as well. That is so massive, but the problem is right now you have to worry about where this Mozzie is going to go, because if you try and push in here, if Mozzie flanks around through stairs, you are just going to be taken out. You have to find a pick here early on, trying to find someone on this push. Kinger trying to get a pick here, but again, you have to watch those stairs because you know this Mozzie is sitting down there somewhere waiting for you.
Yeah, so hence the drone coming out to kind of figure out where these players are waiting for them. So now with Kinger clearing out those few areas, he doesn't know that he can push onto the site and actually get this down. And I don't know if he's going to be contested. Yes, Rapid will go down in the process, but Kinger will be getting that plant through. He is going to be getting tagged down to about a third of his HP, still in a 1-on-3. So going to be very tough, but definitely a possibility.
He didn't get the bomb down, actually, so...
Oh, what?
Yeah, he didn't get the
wow.
plant. He wanted to try and get that pick, but he didn't find it. Now that he's down to a third HP, it's just not a possible round because you have to force his plant through. Does find the head of one, though. It is a 1v2 scenario, but 10 seconds left. He has to find these two or he has to plant the bomb. He's making his decision. He's going to push, trying to find these two people, but no, it's not going to be enough. Thugonomics going to tap him out, and that is going to be a round going to Barton.
Yeah, so if he stuck that bomb plant, would he have just gotten shot out? I don't know if I picked up.
He was kind of covered there, but again, you saw where he was peeking from the left side of that door, right? Like, so if that bomb goes down, his escape route is back through that same hallway. More than likely, he still gets taken out regardless. So, I mean, at that point, if his teammate is still alive, it's a possibility, but it's really, really hard in that scenario.
For sure. So Rapid pulling out all the legendary skins here, man. Here's another one coming through, honestly. So that is now going to be the Ash coming out for him, a change that we do see there. Yana once again going to be on Kinger. Sledge once again going to be on Charge. Nomad once again on Tyler. And I think Jake played Ace last round as well. Jam Beast, I'm not 100% on
He was
that
on
one.
I think he was on the Finca, and then he's been Finca and he's played Ace this game.
Yeah, 2 rounds ago he was on that one there. So it's going to be a little bit interesting as we do see things happen here. But honestly, we're in another situation for St. Clair where it's like, okay, it's pretty important to find a round here because if you don't, you're down by 3 here once again. Barton only 3 rounds away from closing out this game. Going to be definitely a difficulty if you do not find another round win under your belt.
Yeah, I think right now Jester and Thugonomics 7-1, 7-3 doing so well for BCC here. And I mean, St. Clair, Kinger just popping off here, the 7-3, but his teammates a little bit behind. All of them below half the KD, so it's definitely looking tough for them. They're going to find a couple rounds here, trying to help them back up. But these rounds have been looking better for St. Clair. I think last one, again, it was just a little bit of miscommunication. That's what's going to happen when you have new teammates, right? It is going to be a little bit of mischemistry, a little bit of miscommunication, and these pushes aren't going to be perfectly coordinated like you would have seen with a team that was together all year. So I think that's going to be something they're going to have to work on in this game because it is quarterfinals. I don't believe it's double round robin. I think it's just single elimination.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think it's just you win or you go home, essentially. But, yeah, honestly, with my perspective here, Tyler and Char's, right, not as adapted to the strat book here of the St. Clair R6 roster as of yet. So, oh, the feet.
He spotted him out. He doesn't want to go for the shot though because he's not going to get enough damage down onto him.
The patience is so nice, but he really should have went for it, I think, in my opinion.
Oh, he might have actually, because you saw the ping there. It spotted the shield in front of him. So I think he saw the shield but didn't see the player behind the shield. We couldn't even see that. So that was definitely a tough call. But that's why I thought he saw the player, but I think he saw the shield.
Interesting. With that, well, what I was saying essentially was I think we just got to see a lot out of JMB's, Rapid, and Kinger, right? They're the vets on this roster. Sure. They're the ones who have the strat book known down to the back of their hands here, and they've the ones who've been starting nearly every game. Thugonomics going to open us up on Kinger, though. That is far from the start you're looking for. The top fragger for the Saints right now out of this round early, being the first blood, going to make things much more difficult going forwards in this one.
Yeah, it looks like Salty again going to be holding this with the mute on the shotgun, playing close quarters, and everyone else just kind of roaming around. I like the fact that they're very, very much staying on site. They put 2 people on site just to anchor it, just in case anything happens, and they're just allowing St. Clair to push up here, try and find someone to be found by these roamers. Urfi with a nice spot here too, just holding this doorway. But I mean, St. Clair taking their time trying to decide where they want to go with this. They're already down a person here, and Yana especially powerful as that first one in because you have the hologram. But unfortunately with that out, it's just going to be tough for me to see them having any leeway to get into these sites. Char is going to find Thug is huge.
Yeah, it's definitely massive, just as you were saying. Now Rapid setting in some utility as well, trying to open up this site a little bit more and just cause some havoc here for the defending side. And I think it's working out not too badly as Rapid still just opening up more portions of this map, potentially finding angles. Nobody going to be home here for him to find, though. So it is going to be all up to these other players from the Saints to try to find their particular openings. Some more shots and utility coming through. A lot more getting developed, but with only 40 seconds on the clock, St. Clair got to start getting a little bit aggressive, and that's just the start you're looking for. Jester's knocked in. Toaster is done and out of it. That's those 2 players done and gone. That's now a 4-on-2.
A grenade kill came through that was huge for Charles. He was able to find that. Now a 4v2. Still people on site though. Salty gonna find another nitro cell kill here and is able to hold his spot on site for the moment. JMB was able to get in there. He's gonna go for the plant. This is very dangerous though. There's still players on site, and that's gonna be Salty finding one. 2v2. Urfi gonna go down as well. 1v2 scenario. But Urfi was knocked down there, so it's 1v1. Can he find that? No, he doesn't quite get it. But he knows where he is. He knows where this shotgun player is. Shotgun player has no idea. Oh, he gets the tap. Salty finds 3 and ends the round there for BCC.
And honestly, you got to be kicking yourself if you're St. Clair in that round. From a 4-on-2 to losing that round, it's just something you can't let happen here, John. So you can definitely see the inconsistencies in result of, you know, this roster having some difficulties throughout this season. And so it's definitely going to be that coming to light here a little bit now as we do see those 4-on-2s get transitioned over into a Barton round win. That's something that's definitely tough to see if you are from the side of St. Clair, but still hoping they can bounce back going forwards now. I think this is the last round for attacking for St. Clair, so they are definitely going to be looking to answer back here. If not in this round, going into the next half.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it was a close call. I actually was spotted out there before we got around the corner, but again, you're in that close quarters, and the problem was you went for the bomb plant, like JMB's went for the bomb plant, and then you had the shotgun player sitting on top of the bomb, so you don't have a choice but to walk up there, try and pick that one up, even though you know it's going to be a close range fight, and more than likely the shotgun player is going to win. And Salty Archer, again, he was the one last time they played St. Clair, was the clutch master. He had a couple 3Ks that saved rounds, and again, he goes for a 3K, saves a round for Barton, and now up 4-1. They just have all the cards in their hand, and hopefully somehow St. Clair manage a good defense, because I mean, they are on Kitchen. This was the one round that they have won so far this game, but if they get this taken away from them, I really just think it's a very tough road for them to try and win this game.
Yeah, 4-2, not the end of the world, right? I mean, that's something that you can definitely work with going into the next half. 5-1, in my opinion, is where you draw the line. That's something that I just don't know if it's workable going into another half. So, in my opinion here, must-win round for St. Clair. If I do think they're going to win this game, this is a must. And Rapid down to 1 HP to start us, and he actually will fall shortly after. But he does have the ability to get res, so I think we might see that come through here in just a moment.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised to see someone pop out and try and finish this one. This was a good window peek there. They get the kill, but he was able to survive, so I think he was picked up here by Kinger, and we'll even it out. He will be down to 20 HP, though. He's going to check before Rev. So Rev going to come through, so it's still 5v5, but again, Rapid, very low HP, going to be tough for him to peek any of these windows, especially with this roamer he knows is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, now I was wondering, do you think Rapid purposely dropped himself so he could get the res and then got more heal? Okay, that's what I was just making sure of. Yeah, so he can just get a little bit more health under his name, maybe sustain like one more bullet, if anything. Like he's essentially 2-shot now, maybe instead of 1, if anything. But yeah, it is gonna just kind of help with the Saints here. It is nice to keep things a 5-on-5 though, rather than losing him. So it is gonna be a little bit more of an advance starting to get made here, and Tyler with the utility getting sent through.
He didn't spot that person in the bathroom though. That could be huge because they have a flanker upstairs and in that bathroom, but Nomad able to throw that ability onto the top of the door is going to give an indication when it gets pushed, so they're going to know someone's hiding there. And with 2 roamers here, it is especially dangerous because if St. Clair collapses on these sites fast enough, they are going to have an advantage here, and looks like they are going to do just that. They're going to cut off a couple players from being able to rotate back, but they're going to have to watch their flanks. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, I'd like to see Chars and Jam Beast both push that side of the building kind of area together. I'm not sure what we'll see happen, but it does look a little sketchy as Tyler's position does get a shot out a little bit there from above, so he is forced to relocate. And now with time slowly becoming more and more of the essence, only 70 seconds remain on the clock, and we still have all 10 players alive. They are looking to help out Chars here, potentially on a push now, but I mean, hey, you got to find a lot of kills and quick.
Yeah, it is going to be the first one coming through. Rapid going to find Toaster. That is huge. 20 HP still alive. JMP's down to half, though. Is going to have to play very, very carefully on this entry. Going to peek this corner. Urfi not going to find it, though. So he's somehow still alive here. Is he going to be able to hold this angle now?
Urfi has a much better angle than the opponent that he's currently facing from St. Clair over there on that gunfight, so he should definitely have a heads up in that gunfight. But JMB and Rapid now both one-shot. Thugonomics will be getting tagged down ever so slightly, and Jester and Thugonomics going to find both of those frags. Now Kinger and Tyler going to fall as well. From what looked or seemed to be all right for St. Clair, and a 5-on-4 has now suddenly dropped to a 4-on-2, technically kind of like a 4-on-1 with him knocked down. So Chars trying to work something out, but it's not gonna go, and that's actually gonna be Barton leading 5-1 at half here in map number 1. Does this set the tone for the rest of the series, you think, John?
Yeah,
personally,
sure.
like, I hate to say it, being, you know, from St. Clair's very own and whatnot, but you know, that's a tone I think that we're going to see with a lot of this series. It's just the unfortunate side of things with, you know, roster changes and whatnot coming through. But despite they are making it to this quarterfinal position, it's tough that you got to go against Barton here, the team that actually, the only team that really gave the starting lineup problems throughout regular season will be their first matchup here in playoffs. So it's a little bit of a tough one to see, but St. Clair still just looking to make something happen. Currently trailing by 4 though.
Yeah, even in that round, it was very so much the fact that Rapid got picked off early. They spent so much time having to go back to him, even hesitating for the res, trying to check corners, and you spent a good 30 to 45 seconds just going back to him, getting the res, and then restarting your push again. So when you waste that much time just taking a person into the bomb site, even onto the map altogether, you don't have a lot of time for your push, and it seemed like there was just too much hesitancy, and once that first pick came through, it was just kind of a snowball. You saw 4 deaths almost instantly for St. Clair, and that was kind of the end of the round. So yeah, like you were saying, I definitely think it's more challenging with this new roster they have. Not having those same people creates a little bit less synergy in a game like R6 where everything has to be so coordinated, and one misplay, one small little mistake you make can really cost you the game. It's tough for St. Clair to try and come back in this one. He's such a well-composed opponent that gave him so many problems initially earlier on in the season.
Okay, so if we look at this like halfway through the season, if you look at all St. Clair varsity titles, I'd honestly say R6 is up there in the top 2 or 3 with the most amount of scrim time. When we were about halfway through the season, before any shakeups happened with this roster or anything, they were investing time into this. They were going, and it was working out well. They were performing, they were putting up good numbers. Things were working out well for them. So with that shakeup coming through here now, less scrim time with this roster, and just things kind of just not happening and lining up nicely for them, it does make things a little bit more difficult, and we do see that coming to light here now with Barton leading 5-1 because, you know, with that you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. All I know is that Barton really looking good here. St. Clair not looking as good as they could be, but hey, what can you do?
Yeah, and all credit to Barton. Obviously, they have been practicing together. They've shaped up a lot of their weaknesses that they had in the last meeting that these two teams had, and I mean, for them, it's a really good showing here. You're in quarterfinals. You still got a long road ahead of you to get to that finals for both of these teams, whoever ends up winning the series. But a really good start to this series for them, up 5-1 now going into this attacking phase. And I definitely think here St. Clair need to have 2 solid stops on the upper floor and find this kitchen save, because that is going to make the difference. That's the only way to try and come back in this series.
I agree. I think they need to find the first 3. I'm going to be completely honest. Rapid doing a good job of that. Just that, though, will take down Urfi nice and early, putting us into a 5-on-4 here. And honestly, the defending side is, I think, where St. Clair is going to find majority more of their rounds. I think it's defense is you have less, you know, chemistry needed to actually close out a round, where on the offense, everything has to be so much more well coordinated. So I think that St. Clair might have a little bit better of an opportunity here now on the defending side.
Yeah, for sure. And Rapid with a really good rowing position here, but JMB is going to be taken down. So it is going to be now 4-4, both teams with a lot of players alive and a lot of time left here for BCC to decide how they want to attack.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that time has been something that has kind of become of the essence here for St. Clair when they were on their attack, and it looks like it's going to be definitely something that we're going to have to keep an eye on here as well, with Barton up here now on the attacking side of things. So the drone's coming through looking for some sort of intel, but Salty Archer clearing out a lot of position before running into a player. We'll finally spot one top stairs there, but we'll ultimately just like to keep this drone alive and potentially gather some more intel.
Yeah, and it's so important here that this drone is able to get into sight without being shot at, able to get that kind of positioning, got the camera out, spotted out that one roamer on the other side as well. But, I mean, for right now, 30 seconds left. This has to be a really well-coordinated push here from BCC and mistake-free to get a plant down, or else this could be topsy-turvy and SCC could take this round.
For sure. I don't disagree with you by any means on that one. It is going to be Rapid down to 1 HP, though. Could be a problem. Tyler has a player just laying down right underneath, and he has a player just on the other side of him. I mean, Tyler's got so much going on around him right now. He could find something, and he does. Catches out a second as well. But no, the player from beside him going to take him down. Now Tyler is just going to get traded out, but Rapid find that one. That's still a player advantage for the side of St. Clair. Now all up to Toaster. The plants go through.
That went down.
Oh my god, Kinger
way.
charges the blast pack. Rapid gonna go down as well. 1v2 all up to Kinger here now.
Can he do it? Can he pull it off? Gets the 1 kill, looking for a second. Knows where this player is. Gonna go for it, gonna peek up, and no! Toaster gonna get the quad there. Gets a 4K in that round, and somehow BCC got that plant down and was able to clutch up that round. I have no words for that round. That was insane. There was 7 seconds left, and all hell broke loose on point. Somehow BCC made it out with the plant, and Toaster able to clutch that one up.
And those are just the basic communication things that come with playing as time. Like, right, that's the thing, that time heals mistakes like those. And it's just something that you don't have a lot of right now if you're St. Clair. You literally have the next 20 minutes to turn your game around, or you're going back in the bags up and going back home. So, hey, I mean, it's all up to this. Now, BCC has now made their way on a match point. St. Clair's got to find 5 straight to force an OT. And honestly, I mean, as much as you are on the defending side, a little bit of that favored side here, I just don't know if I see a world where we do see an OT actually come to light. So far, Barton is just absolutely making this one look like a cakewalk.
Honestly, like, it is a 6-1 scoreline. I think these rounds have actually been a lot closer than the scoreline would indicate. There's been multiple times where it is down to these 1v2, 1v1 scenarios that Barton has clutched. So I definitely think, for me, this game could be a lot closer than it is. Obviously, we do see a couple players on St. Clair struggling a little bit. JMB's at 1-7, Chars at 3-7, and even Tyler at 3-7 as well, just having a really rough games here. Rapid at 8-7 is doing pretty good, but I mean, those pieces around you need to be together in order to actually make this a close game. So I think, for me, all credit goes to BCC. They've had that clutch moment in their veins in a lot of these rounds, and it has made such a big difference. And for St. Clair, I mean, to get 6 rounds in a row would be incredible. We've seen them do it before from 3-6, but to see it 1-6 right now with this current roster, I definitely think is going to be very BCC's favorite going on here in the series.
Yeah, I think that the Jake kind of, oh no,
Wow.
Rapid down early. He's trying
How did he get, that was just,
yeah. So 4-on-5 now. That's a player gone nice and early. And JM Beast, he's one of those players right now where I'm really keeping an eye on, saying, hey, I need this. That's where I need to see a little bit more, like, for sure, because he's one of the vets, right? He's one of those players where you might expect a little bit here more out of. So to see him down there on the bottom is something that's definitely a little bit of a concern for me going forward with the remainder of the series as well. But that being said, focusing here on this round number 8, it's going to be St. Clair all looking to answer back, keep their hopes alive despite being down a player.
yeah, for sure. Now in a 4v5 scenario, it is going to be slowed down significantly here. Obviously, when you're up a player on attack, you have a lot more options where you want to go, and you can use your drones, try and find these players out, because if you can find another pick, it's just going to fall apart for the defense here. So looks like they will be taking their time. They will find one, but Jester going to find JM Beast here, going down to 1-8 here. That might just be the last gasp here for St. Clair in this game, and looking forward to game number 2 at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree, right? 3v5 is definitely possible to win. If it's nice to see Kinger alive, one of those players he's had a pretty decent game here so far for the Saints. So to see him still alive, able to frag out if need be, and potentially pull off a 3v5 win. But I think Kinger's going to need 2 or 3, or just they need multi-kills essentially at this point in this 3-on-5 to make something happen. And I really do like this Kinger position, but it's actually going to be completely revealed now, and he's forced to play a little differently here now, knowing that players know where he is. And it's going to be Toaster getting this plant through, but Tyler shutting down Thugonomics. That's a good start to answer back.
But they do get this bomb down here, so Diffuser is down. They have to try and find it somewhere on site. It is in the typical default plant spot up here behind, and this is where they had trouble last time clearing these players out. It is 3v3, so definitely possible here, but looks like there won't be any flankers. They will be all be coming from the same side, so... Oh, Kinger going to get detected, though. Tyler going down to 1 HP. He is still somehow alive, but barely any HP to live for. No, he's going to go down here in a 1v3 scenario. Somehow a clutch needs to come through here for Kinger. Can he find it? Looks for one player in the window. Finds the headshot. 2 left. 12 seconds remaining. Looking for this one player. No, Toaster going to find him, and that's going to be it. BCC going to take map number 1.
Yeah, for sure. And so with that being said, it's going to be all up to St. Clair to find 2 in a row here going forward after dropping that coastline there to Barton. And, I mean, hey, it's find 2 maps in a row or go home, but it doesn't look too promising as St. Clair really struggling here throughout that game 1 to find something, to get something going. I mean, we talked about it all game long. I think, you know, we got to put that one behind us and move forwards here now with this next one. And honestly, I think if you're St. Clair, with the roster being what it is here coming through tonight, I think you just got to do risky plays. I think that's the biggest thing. You just got to, like, play so confident and play so much like you're just, like, going to confuse the opponent. Be like
pull a Vazdex. Right?
Yeah.
That was what Vazdex was so good at when he was on the roster, right? Is he go for these crazy aggressive plays. And yes, sometimes they wouldn't work out. You'd see him go down in the first 5 seconds of the round, and you're like, well, that's just what it is. But there's sometimes where he'd go for that double, he'd go for that triple to start off the round, and that's rounds that you're just basically getting a given, right? So I want to see someone step up because right now, I think they're playing pretty good. And like I said, a lot of those rounds, I think the scoreline 7-1 doesn't really dictate how that match actually went. I think it was very close. And there was multiple times where St. Clair had a chance to close up, but there was just small mistakes they're making, and they're going Barton's way. So I think they're going to have to either A, shore up those mistakes and try and find a way to take this map, or B, go for what you want to do and just go for all out, have someone going for these crazy roams. And we saw Rapid going for roams in these rounds, but he needs to go huge to be able to give St. Clair a chance to win this game.
I think we should be seeing some of the players that aren't Rapid or Kinger going for the roams. I think that Rapid and Kinger are players that are a little bit more valuable right now here to keep alive and just, be the ones that you are like, okay, yeah, don't lose your life, please, in the first 10 seconds of this round, because this round is going to be a struggle if you do. Kind of being said. So it is going to be St. Clair, like you said, just trying to fix up a few of these small mistakes going into this next map. It is going to be a complete new scenery, though, as we do get into this one. But I think, or actually, I don't think we're going to see a quick break. I think we're going to be jumping right into that next one. Or we are going to take a quick break. Okay, so we are going to send it to a quick little break here, and then we are going to get ready for map number 2 in just a moment. But bear with us. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.